In order for me to reset this neck at a different angle, I'm going to need to take off some material from the heel on the neck. I'm going to add another dowel to the underside here, probably a smaller size. So I have two dowels holding this together. One obviously didn't hold, so I'll go ahead and do that. First thing I'm going to need to do is clean up all the glue from the fingerboard area and from this joint. Before I get this back together, there is some separation between the side and where it meets this heel block, and I can glue that. I think there was some other parts here. There's some loose joints on the back. So I'm going to make sure the body is solid and glue everything, clean it completely, and then I can put the neck back on it at the proper angle, put a new dowel pin in there, and then re-glue it. So, and then I have to attach the fingerboard, of course, which I think I will attach the fingerboard first before I set this, because I may need to shim the back. There's a lot going on here, obviously. I'm going to go in stages. So the first thing is to just get this angle correct. So I'm going to work on that. So let me show you what I have going on here to determine the neck angle. So I have the joint is loose. It's just sitting in there. I'm able to pivot it. And the way I have this positioned, just temporarily have the fretboard clamped there. So you can see it sitting down on the fingerboard on the neck. It's a little gap right there because it's hitting the body joint, but this will get me very close to what I'm trying to accomplish. So by putting a straight edge on that fingerboard, so now I have the neck angle correct. Looking down the bridge, I'm probably 15 thousandths above that bridge, but it definitely clears it. You can see the neck angle, and then when I went in to feel in there and measure, I can slip. It's about 48 thousandths thick. I can't do this with my hand and my phone and my camera. I can't do it. Okay, here we go. I can just slip 48 thousandths feeler gauge in there, which means I need to remove 48 thousandths or so from this heel on the neck side, and then I can fit this back in there. You can see I do need to put some sort of shim underneath the fingerboard extension. Once I get that taken care of, I can go ahead and refit this neck. Here you can see I need to remove material from this inner portion just to hog out some of that block, that heel block that needs to come out. So I'm just going to chisel away up to the line. So when I do my sandpaper pulls to get this angle, I don't have to remove so much material. You can see this line I scribed where I have to remove material up to. So how I'm going to do that, I'm going to put the joint back together, sandpaper. Got to make sure it's square because I only have a single dowel so it could spin on me, and applying pressure straight down onto the paper. I'm going to pull an even number of swipes on either side until I get down to that line or close to it. I'm just going to continue doing this until I get really close to this line. Just checking the neck angle on this. I have to sort of find a happy medium here because I don't want to have a huge gap underneath this fretboard extension. It's already got about 50 thousandths gap. Checking it with this saddle, this bridge. I'm still short a little bit, but I think what I can do is take a little bit off the back of this. I might get it to a point where I can get this back together and have the action be pretty decent on it. I'm gonna go that route. I'm gonna go ahead and shave this down a little bit. It's doing that little trick you do used to do in school when you make the pencil bend. See how the pencil's rubber now? That's about where that fingerboard's going to be sitting. And I can tip this without losing the bridge. You can see it's not hitting it. So I'm gonna run with that angle right there. I still have quite a bit of work to do to get it prepped to go ahead and glue this all back on. I have to glue the fingerboard on in the next video. I have to attach the neck. I think I'm gonna add a dowel or I'm gonna put a screw. I'm not sure yet. Probably have to do a little bit more work on this and attach the nut, and I can string it up. That's going to be in the next video. So thanks for joining me. I'll see you on the next one.